The only automatic 3-zone climate control ever in a minivan. The only movable center console with power outlet, and more. But even with all that's different, there's one thing will never change. The all-new Dodge Grand Caravan. Different.
Old College Hoops, number 16, Wisconsin, taking on Wisconsin-Milwaukee. This Wisconsin-Milwaukee put up a good fight. Close game, under 5 to go, 44-39. Clay Tucker hits the 3, and it's a 2-point Badger lead. Badgers up 3 until Tucker does it again. Hits the pull-up jump shot, 1-point Badger lead.
It's for 2, so the
Wisconsin, the gritty Badgers, and Mark Bershaw posting up. Nice move in the paint. The Badgers win it 55-47, even though they were held scoreless for the first 7 minutes of the second half. Roy Boone with 15. Wisconsin, the Badgers that is, they have now won 7 straight. The long layoff did not bother Syracuse. They took 11 days off for exams. The Orangemen come back to beat Wisconsin Green Bay. Preston Shumpert leading the way with 19. The Cuse now 9-0 on the year.
For $252 million, Alex Rodriguez is not just the Rangers' star player, he's their recruiter as well. A-Rod placed a call to veteran starter David Cone, begging him to come to Texas. Cone said, he gave me a pretty good sales pitch, but added, still early in the process. Boston, Oakland, and Kansas City have all made calls to the 37-year-old right-hander who struggled last season, going just 4-14. Well, Milwaukee's Jeff D'Amico tripled and quadrupled his salary all at the same time. D'Amico signed a 1-year, $2.3 million contract with the Brewers, which is almost 7 times more than the going rate last year, which for him was $325,000. The 24-year-old right-hander had an 8-game winning streak last summer and finished with a 12-7 mark, but an impressive ERA of 2.66. Coming up, what a difference phenomenal stats make. The Bengals and Corey Dillon had odds last offseason. Now it looks like the love fest is on in Cincinnati. Plus, no love lost between Penguins goaltender Garth Snow and Panthers forward Peter Worrell. Now Snow is paying the price for the punch. Stay with us.
Skating, bow-legged, and real NFL Preview on First, online, and on the inside. NFL Preview is ahead of the game. Sundays, 10 a.m. Eastern on CNN.
Northgate Mall is your jingle mall for presents every day. Moms and pops come here to shop, and children come to play. Hey, we care more with lots of stores. Attention, one-on-one. And let's all pause for Santa Claus, who makes Northgate Mall so fun.
Hi. Hey, I'd like to see that one, and that one. Where are your TVs?
over there.
Thanks.
Tonight's topic, PDAs. We're going to pick the right one for you. This one right here has wireless access. If you want sleek design, this one has it.
May I help you, sir?
Yeah, I'll take this one.
Tech TV. It's what's next.
Larry King Live. Weeknights, 9 Eastern on CNN.
The Penguins are getting Mario Lemieux back after Christmas, but they'll be without goaltender Garth Snow for the next 2 games. Snow was suspended without pay for punching Peter Worrell during Friday night's game. Perhaps the Pens a bit distracted lately. They've lost 3 of 4 since Lemieux announced he's returning. Well, with Snow out, Pittsburgh going with Rich Parent between the pipes. They're taking on the Canadiens. Second period, 3-2 Montreal. Jaromir Jagr, his second one, gets it to go. That's his second of the game. Yuri Slager, the big slapper, blocks but gets us there to put it in. Oh, yes, it is Jaromir. Third goal of the game, the big sombrero through 3 points. Third period, on the attack. Goes around the goal. Saku Koivu, the pass. That ties it up, and that is the way this one would end, 4 apiece. The Canadiens end a 6-game losing streak, but in the glory of hockey, their winless streak goes to 8 games. Jaromir Jagr has scored just 2 goals in his previous 14. The hat trick in this one, the 8th of his career.
Well, in a couple of months, Three River Stadium will implode. For a preview of that, just take a look at the Redskins. Dead team walking. Washington has lost 6 of 7. It's a far cry from the Super Bowl dreams they had last August. John Giannone has more from Pittsburgh.
When Norv Turner was fired on December 4th, owner Daniel Snyder said he hoped the move would light a fire under his high-dollar, low-impact Redskins. All the move really served to do was ignite an already flammable season that after Saturday will no doubt be used as a future measuring stick for underachievement in team sports.
It's been one crazy season, and it's like an avalanche. If you've seen an avalanche or a big ball of snow rolling down a mountain, as it rolls down, it collects and gets bigger and bigger. Well, right now we're a ball of and we're rolling down the field, and it's getting bigger.
To put it in one word, and with a family television audience, it's not possible, because it's just, you know, it's almost kind of word of shocking if I had to put it in one word.
We never expected, not 1 point in the season to not make the playoffs. As a matter of fact, we went into the season with a specific goal of gaining home field advantage.
Front office is definitely going to make changes. That's always the key. I mean, the thing that's going to happen, and they always think that's the way to go, and half the time that's the way it is. I mean, that's what improves the team, and half the time that's not.
Obviously, the expectations were so high before the season started, and to sit back and say, look what we've gone from into, is tough. You know, so it's very, very shocking. And like I said, you know, it's hard to sit down and say, well, what's the reason? Why these things happen? What did it happen? I can't answer those questions.
So on a day the Steelers reminisced and celebrated their final game inside a so often triumphant home, the Redskins played perfect guests, totaling nearly twice as many turnovers as points. Not exactly a gold star for Robisky's chances of keeping the job next season. In Pittsburgh, I'm John Giannone.
Well, it may not be Lambeau Field, but Three Rivers Stadium has had some pretty special moments, players, and some teams. Overall, the Steelers 182-73 at home and 13-6 in the postseason at Three Rivers. But some of the all-time Steeler greats know it's about a whole lot more than numbers.
To know that this was the place that brought us all together. This was the place that united. There's some wonderful guys that did some great things, and that's what I'll probably miss more than anything else.
I think the fans really made this stadium. I mean, I think every player that came in here, had an opportunity to play in here, should really appreciate and respect that opportunity because what the fans brought to this house.
More from the NFL. Bengals team president Mike Brown has now publicly stated that the club will make an offer to prize running back Corey Dillon before free agency begins March 2nd. Dillon, who's been named to his second consecutive Pro Bowl, has a team record 1,320 yards so far this season and will become an unrestricted free agent come season's end. Dillon wants to be paid like the elite running backs in the game, and he is seeking a $10 million signing bonus.
Still to come, it's becoming an annual tradition for Georgia Southern. Adrian Peterson runs wild, and the Eagles win a championship. Plus, IU sharpshooters looking to pull off their biggest home comeback in more than 2 years. But would it be enough against the top 25 team? A lot more college hoops coming out.
Insider Reports is brought to you by Dodge and nearly 3,000 dealers who invite you to come see what's different.
We began anew with new easy-out rolling captain's chairs, new 3-zone climate control, new power sliding doors, new power hatch, new brighter headlamps, new. Dodge Grand Caravan, the best minivan ever. And did we mention it's new? The all-new Dodge Caravan, different.
She will always remember Christmas 2000. How is up to you. A diamond is forever.
So all you need to do is hook up your Model 843 desktops to a bunch of 148-2 MIPS-C1 Ethernet connectors. Then you add your 44 GIP stop-to-fiber USB SCSI cables to your eServer's application engine architecture on the LAN Opta branch. You're supporting the Delta, and naturally the whole thing's uplinked to the multitasking.
Fortunately, 3Com's new line of networking products are engineered to be understandable, so you'll quickly figure out how to get the most out of the Internet.
Still with me? Good, because now it gets complicated. You take your Gigaline Hexport Mega switches...
3Com. Simple sets you free.
Need a new look?
Get the Mouse. It doesn't just sand. It also scrubs, removes, and polishes. It's a whole new breed of tool. The Mouse, built by Black & Decker.
Only Hilton Honors rewards guests with both hotel points and airline miles. And now, the Hilton Honors family has grown to include places like Hampton Inn and Homewood Suites by Hilton. Introducing the new Hilton Honors family. Over 2,000 hotels and resorts where you'll receive both points and miles for the very same stay. Come, discover just how rewarding and can be. Stay with us.
Oklahoma just pummeling Coppin State 103-49. Kelly Newton leading the way for the 19th-ranked Sooners at 26 points. And Iowa remains unbeaten, but took double overtime to do it. Reggie Evers leading the way, 20 points and 18 rebounds. Well, 24th-ranked Georgetown having a little to no trouble with Howard. Nate Burton, the basket, slams it home. And how about Mike Sweetin? Oh, hey, who's hanging up there? Or does it just seem like he's hanging there in slow motion? Mike Sweetin saves it. And it goes. Georgetown taking it 123-90. The Hoyas win despite a 41-point performance by Ron Williamson, the most ever scored by one player against Georgetown. An all-around effort from Kevin Braswell with 7 of 7 from the field, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, and 4 steals as the Hoyas remain undefeated.
Back to the NBA, Nets and Hawks. Let's pick it up, under a minute to go. Hawks down 2. Get it to Jason Terrier. Terrier, the dog out there. Hits the 3, Hawks up 1, but that's the last points they score. Stephon Marbury, no. Kenyon Martin, the follow slam. He had 12, Nets up 1. Next possession, Lucius Harris gets the steal. Nets coming the other way, the other end. Stephon Marbury, bucket and 1. He had 23 in the game. The Nets win it 89-83. The Nets closing the game out on that 7-0 run. It's that 9-game losing streak. The Nets have won 3 out of 4. And Denver goes to Houston. They win it 102-100. Nick Van Exel, 17 of his 26 in the second half. Antonio McDyke, big game for him. 17 points, 20 rebounds. The Rockets' 3-game winning streak comes to an end. For more Pro Hoop news, be sure to watch This Week in the NBA tomorrow night, 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Andre Aldridge and the coach, Kevin Lockery, will be joined by New Sonics head coach Nate McMillan. That and much more on This Week in the NBA.
A win over the Cowboys Sunday night, and the New York Giants will clinch the NFC East. A win and a loss by the Rams and Saints, and New York would get a first-round bye. In a city where the coach is always on the hot seat, Jim Fossil turned up the heat on his team with a postseason guarantee. It was a gamble, which so far looks to be paying off. Nancy Newman explained.
This is a poker game. I'm shoving my chips to the middle of the table. I'm raising the ante. Anybody wants in, get in. Anybody wants out, get out. Okay? This team is going to the playoffs.
You're usually like, you stay away from the billboard material, you stay away from the definite guarantees, and all of a sudden our coach is coming out and saying it, like, okay, all right, it's out there now, so we might as well just go and get it.
Mike brought his team here twice, and he went home losing, okay? Now he's in the booth, okay? Probably prefer being on a sideline. I don't think he needs to call my team soft.
I think the people are so surprised because it's like, wow, here's this New York attitude coming out of him. And that's the way he's always been behind closed doors with us.
There was the playoff guarantee and his passionate defense of his team against Mike Ditka's on-air attack. There was the gag order and the ban on players reading newspapers in the locker room. But for Jim Fossil, it hasn't been as much a case of no more Mr. Nice Guy, but a calculated plan to deflect any distractions away from his football team.
Then I sat down and I just said, hey, I got to get this team focused and confident. I got to take all the pressure off of them. And so I'll put the arrow on my chest and stick my neck in the noose, and they can fire all the arrows at me because then I'm going to be outspoken about everything.
He's taken so much and been so conscious of the media and everything else that he said, you know what, I'm throwing caution in the wind, and I'm going to do what I want to do and say what I want to say because this is my team, and ultimately it's going to be my head that rolls if things don't go well.
While Fossil's actions may have caught the New York fans and media by surprise, the players have embraced the changes. They've reeled off 3 straight victories since the highly publicized playoff guarantee, outscoring their opponents by 46 points over that span.
When you don't have to read about yourself, talk about the other team, or worry about all the predictions and all that because somebody else is taking the blame, as a player, what do you got to lose? And I think it was ingenious what he's done.
One of the most effective yet less public changes that Fossil has made in this, his 4th season with the Giants, has been to delegate the play calling in order to concentrate on the larger picture. The evolution from offense-specific guru to a full-fledged head coach is apparent.
He took off the big glasses and put in contacts or got his laser surgery. I mean, he made a lot of changes. But in all seriousness, I think he made changes for the better.
They've given me everything that to this point. It can't stop now. I mean, we got much more work to do. But if they continue that way, that's what I feel good about.
In the end, Fossil has been able to ignore the season-long talk about playoffs or pink slip, and as a result, has his team poised to make its first playoff appearance since 1997.
People ask me all year long, all the articles have been written about my job and my job security. What they don't know is I don't care. I really don't care. I was never afraid for my job. It's hard sometimes, but other times, all I have to do to get rid of it is focus on my job and do what I think is right for the New York Giants football team. And then it goes all the way.
I'm Nancy Newman.
Thank you, Nancy. And from the what do you have to do to get fired these days file comes word that Mike Riley will return as the Chargers coach next season. The Chargers are just 1-13, their worst record in 41 years. But you can't blame everything on Riley. Owner Dean Spanos knows that, so he's giving him another shot. San Diego players were told the news and were said to be very happy about the decision. Well, still to come, have you ever sat next to one of these guys at a game? You know, or one of these gals, an obnoxious fan who just won't shut up? Ah! Tonight, the louder the better. We will explain coming up. Ooh, that's shrill. Also...
What does it take to get a plane off the ground? 50 tons of aluminum, 95 miles of wire, thousands of engineers, 1,200 suppliers, 3 million emails, 27,000 e-business transactions, and one very powerful e-business solution that makes the whole thing soar. SAP.
Bonjour, je suis en raisin.
Anyone can join French Club. You don't have to eat snails or be rude.
No.
The Petersons are planning the first trip to Paris. They're using United.com to explore options for hotels, rental cars, en français seulement, and of course, to get a good deal on flights.
Holy cow!
Étranger.
Ce qui fait gut le bureau.
Attention sports fans, take a good look at the experts. Get to know them well, for they are your competition at CNNSI.com's Meet the Experts College Bowl Edition fantasy game. All you have to do is be the first to pick all 25 College Bowl champions. And the winner? Why, the winner gets to tell the experts, your mama wears cleats on game day. So now that you've met them, let's see you beat the experts. Log on to CNNSI.com today.
Hey, more hockey. The Flames and the Maple Leafs. Curtis Joseph, Cujo, looking for his 300th career win. Third period, Flames up 1. Dave Manson, and he beats Mike Vernon, the slap shot from just inside the blue line. You're down to 5 apiece. A little bit later on in the third, Jonas Högland. Can he get it out? Mike Vernon's in goal. He gets stolen. 22 saves from Vernon. But tied at 5 in overtime. Flames on the power play. Valerie Bure. And he beats Curtis Joseph. That is your game winner as the Flames take it 6-5 in OT. After going without a goal for 13 straight games, Bure scored 3 goals in his last 3. Curtis Joseph denied his 300th career victory, surrendered 6 goals on 31 shots.
College football now in the Division I AA title game. Something can be said for experience in the title tilt. Georgia Southern going for their second straight title and appearing in the big game for a record 6th time. And even when things were not going well in the second half against Montana, Coach Paul Johnson said he never felt it slipping away. Montana using a little trickery as they're down 20-9. 4th and 2, fake pump the up back. Put the ball on the ground, scoops it up, and then he takes off. Vince Huntsberger. Great run on the fake. 65-yard touchdown. They missed the point. Georgia Southern still up 20-15. Montana gets another break. We said second half, Montana really controlled things. J.R. Revere hit by Jeremy Watkins, fumbled. That set up the go-ahead score for Montana. They're up 23-20. But on the ensuing drive, Adrian Peterson, guy who's the rock for this Georgia Southern team, 23 carries, 148 yards, and that 57-yard touchdown. Georgia Southern up 27-23. Montana, one more shot. 4th and 6, $1:20 to go. Jim Ferris can't hang on, and Georgia Southern does it again, winning it. 27-25, Georgia Southern's D really came through when it had to. They gave up 487 yards in the game, but got that stop late. Adrian Peterson, he's now rushed for at least 100 yards in each of his 43 college games. Now has 2 championships to show for it. There's 3 championships. Mount Union versus St. John's. Defense is playing huge in this one. 7-all. Alex Grinch the interception. Very next play. Mount Union's pass picked off by Will Gibson. 4th quarter still 7 apiece. Rodney Chinos, chance to give Mount Union the lead. He can't get it done, but with 4 seconds to go, Chinos, a 20-yarder for the national title. He drills it. Mount Union's 5th Division III championship since '93. They win it 10-7.
Our Panasonic replay of the day goes out to a man named Walter Dean. Authorities say Dean was a great ambassador for the St. Louis Rams football team. He signed autographs, talked to the public. Problem was, Dean didn't play for the Rams. No, Dean impersonated a player, Rams linebacker London Fletcher. He can't block or tackle and looks nothing like Fletcher, but that didn't stop Dean from racking up more than $30,000 in hospital bills using Fletcher's name and social security number. Dean pled guilty, which makes one wonder, does he go around saying, I'm not a professional football player, but I played one in medical facilities? Did you get that? Okay. Play of the day comes to us from the Cavs and the Jazz. Look at Lamont Murray. Launches at the end of the third, just 1 second left. Nothing but net. An impressive shot. The Cavs get the win. Lamont Murray. Panasonic replay of the day.
Replay of the day is brought to you by Panasonic High Definition Television. HD TV from Panasonic. Just slightly ahead of our time.
Just a bit of magic. Oh, you gotta see it. So like the unexpected, poetically perfected. Ahead of your head, I said. Our stuff is what dreams are made of. Time to bring it on home.
High-definition television, made possible by Panasonic, just slightly ahead of our time.
Oh, just a bit of magic.
Hey, how was your business trip to Chicago?
Good. How was your week off?
Great. My friends and I went to the beach.
Really?
Yeah, we rented from Hertz.com. Found their best rates, special offers, and it was real easy to use, too.
Maybe we should try it this weekend.
We.
You want me? Back off! He's the killer!
For college hoops, UNC Charlotte at Indiana. 49ers taking it to the Hoosiers. Toby Thomas the 3. They're up 7. Hoosiers down by as many as 17. Here they come. Kirk Haston the 3.
He's just not far enough out.
Then it's Jared Jeffries setting up Jeffrey Newton on the oop. Indiana comes all the way back. They're up 4, but the 49ers do not cave in. Diego Guevara from the corner. The 3 and 1.
Hits the 3, and he was
4-point play. They're up 3. Less than a minute to go. Hoosiers 5-point lead. They put it away. Long outlet. Jeffrey Newton, the throwdown. He had 11 in the second half. Indiana coming all the way back to win it. 76-72, their largest comeback in a couple of years. Indiana's now won 5 straight. Kirk Haston, 19 and 11 boards. Jeffrey Newton, big second half. He finished with 19 points, 10 rebounds. And how about Hofstra? Pulling off the upset. They beat St. John's 86-80. Hofstra's first win over St. John's in the 20-game series, 1-19 all-time. St. John's, they've lost 3 straight, but one bright note, they have a freshman by the name of Willie Shaw, who led the Red Storm with 28.
And finally this hour, it's all about supply and demand. The people who make Hall's throat lozenges are well aware of that fact. They decided to hold a loudest college football fan contest, knowing full well that after screaming your head off, you will need a little soothing relief. 12 finalists, all dolled up in great fan garb, gathered at the College Football Hall of Fame in South Bend. The barrel outfit, you know what, it is always a hit. This is the bright blue blazer with the Where's Waldo glasses. Ooh, it's handsome. But the winner, not just some guy from some college. No, it's a girl. Jesselyn Desmond of UCLA, and I'd like you to go ahead and just take a listen. Ladies and gentlemen, 111 decibels from Ms. Desmond, who received an all-expenses-paid trip for 2 to the Orange Bowl and, of course, a lifetime supply of Halls, which I'm thinking after that scream, she is going to need. She could do like scary movie screams. That sounds like, you know, Friday the 13th kind of thing.
Incredible. And the outfit, she's her own scary movie. Incredible. That'll do it. I'm Michael Honor.
I'm Inga Hammond. He's just kidding.